Hello guys, welcome to the latest episode of Every Platform, and welcome to Meridian Water station, located on the West Anglia main line, as we do West Anglia 2. The sequel, and once again the penultimate, well no, the conclusive episode in the West Anglia, the two West Anglia episodes that I'm doing. This will be the last one, because this one covers off the remainder of the West Anglia main line that we haven't done. So today you'll be seeing obviously the Hertford East branch. You'll be seeing the intermediate stops on the Hertford East service, as well as the two smaller stops. The only one you won't be seeing today is Lea Bridge, because it's got no trains today, but that one sort of we can probably do on a travel card or something anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But the rest of them you will be seeing, including obviously the missing Stansted Mountfitchet. You'll be seeing that as well, so there'll be plenty to see. So this is the newest station on the West Anglia main line, which is Meridian Water. Now it opened to replace the old Angel Road station, which is literally just up there. It used to be called Angel Road, then they closed it in 2017 and they opened Meridian Water. And to be honest, it looks really nice. It serves quite a big area for work, and they actually moved it closer so that it could be more convenient for the people who work around the area. So it's a really good station. Today it's serving the Hertford East services. Normally it serves trains that terminate here and go to what train is coming through then? Trains that normally will go through to Stratford, starting here at Meridian Water, sometimes also going through to Bishop Stortford and terminating there, but most of the time it's Stratford to here. If you do check out any updates on trips and posts, please do check out my Facebook group and check out my Instagram, KTV Vids. Also, you'll be seeing Greater Anglia services here, so it won't really be anyone else, but it will be Greater Anglia. So, without further ado, let's begin today's episode of Every Platform here at West Anglia 2. Enjoy. So, it's a quick hello to Meridian Water, because we have got to go. But what I'll do is, obviously we'll walk up the stairs and you'll see the big concourse sort of area before we obviously disappear to go to Northumberland Park. So you can see obviously as you go up, it's quite good actually. It's quite comprehensive, and obviously with the brand new materials that they use to build stations nowadays, it's obviously just looks really new, really modernised. A lot of these stations obviously will have now. But yeah, here it is. See, it's a big concourse like area. Barriers are open, so that's easy. So yeah, out here as well is obviously a big area complex called Meridian 1, which are going to be opening. That's what they're building here, which Meridian Water will serve as well. But obviously it's a future project, but not there just yet, as you can tell. Right, we're going to head off to Northumberland Park. Update you soon. So just as we're crossing the road outside Meridian Water, you can obviously just see the station out there. So looking at how big and comprehensive it is for a station that only gets generally not a lot of trains that stop at it in terms of frequency. It's like one train every hour on a Sunday. I guess it's every 30 minutes on a Monday to Saturday, so that isn't too bad. But yeah, it's a nice building, that's for sure, because none of the other stations look like that. So it's really, really nice. So we're going over here now to Upper Edmonton bus stop, because that's where Meridian Water is. It's in a place called Upper Edmonton. And we're going to get the 341 bus, which is over there. I believe it's a Gemini 3. So I'll update you when we get on board. There goes our bus, HV362, on the 341 to Waterloo. It goes all the way to Waterloo Station, that one. And as you can see, sorry, that one goes, heading off. So, we're now making our way to Northumberland Park railway station, and we'll update you in just a minute. Right, we're just at Northumberland Park now. The way into the station is like really big, so it's like really sort of convoluted almost, because it's like you've got to go, it is step free, which is good, but it's you've just got to go all the way up. It's like a zigzag sort of way of getting in. There's a bunch of old road signs down there.
The train now approaching platform 3 does not stop here.
I think we've got a train approaching, so we'll probably be able to see it through here. You can see it, and I hope we spot it. Probably won't see it very well, mind you. It's a flirt. Seven 4-5 102. So there's an announcement you just heard there. Charles and Camilla, they recorded an announcement saying about travelling safely. So yeah, because the coronation was yesterday. So anyway, so yeah, I'll update you when we get to the station. So this is Northumberland Park Station. This station serves an hourly service between London Liverpool Street and Hertford East today, normally half hourly, like I say, between Stratford and Meridian Water slash Bishop Stortford. You also change here for the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, unfortunately. As a United fan, I don't like saying that. Definitely because we didn't throw away a 2-0 lead against them recently, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, so the station, yeah, so it gets, on match days, I think you get a few extra trains that stop here for people to alight for the stadium. I think it's just a bus ride away. You can get a bus from here to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think it only takes a few minutes, but you can also walk it. It doesn't take too long. But generally, yeah, you get the bus. You can do anyway. Obviously, the original station was White Hart Lane Station, which is on the overground, and that one, but that one doesn't serve a football ground now because White Hart Lane closed a while ago. So it's now, yeah, it's now the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So I'll update you with some more facts in a minute, but this is Northumberland Park. So a couple of facts for you. So this station opened in 1842. And for quite a long time it brought a lot of sort of industrial development to this place. It was kind of more, well, it didn't have all this industrial stuff back then, but post World War II there was a lot of industrial development that came into this area, and this station sort of had a bigger purpose than what it used to have, because beforehand it just had a load of like gardens and things, and it was a very more, I'd like to say more what's the word, quaint area, that's the word I'm looking for. So but nowadays it's obviously been built over by loads of apartments and industrial housing, so it's very different now. Like I say, it actually was also named after the road leading to Tottenham's ground, which they played at until 1899. So they obviously played at the ground beforehand, but it was called Northumberland Park. It's in Travel Cod Zone 3, and in 1968 the station also expanded to incorporate the Victoria line. So it doesn't really correlate with that now, but it did. So yeah, that is Northumberland Park. Obviously we'll hope to see some trains pass through, but I just want to give you some history and a couple of facts about this station as well. So the next station is Ponders End, which we're going to, so I'll update you soon. So another thing to note about this station, which is to my left, is Northumberland Park Depot, housing the Victoria Line trains. So when I said it expanded to incorporate the Victoria Line, it had a depot built, basically. So yeah, you see there's one of the Victoria Line trains just sat there at the moment. They'll probably be sat there all day, to be fair, unless they're needed. But yeah, it sort of just leads out over here, so you can see them sort of come in and out, which is quite a nice little extra really, because there's an extra line over there which leads out. So that's pretty cool that they can do that. Obviously it's all fenced over because it's light rail, so no sort of affiliation with National Rail, unless you're on the Bakerloo line and you're on the Watford DC line at the same time, or others as well. I'm sure there's other examples. But yeah, the actual depot is sited adjacent to the station, but it's also closer to the football club than the station actually is. So yeah, it's the ticket office was also apparently closed in 2017, amazingly, as well, following consultation with the local authorities and the public, which is really weird that they closed it. It's now unmanned, but there is a new station which has been constructed without one fully, but there is one obviously outside, but it's never open. So yeah, there we go. That is Northumberland Park's many facts. Actually, I'm quite surprised it holds the number of facts it does, but there we go. So I'll update you when our train arrives to take us to Ponders End. Right, passing through, we've got a train just before I want to rise, 7:20 585. And also 745 106 heading to Stansted Airport, and the 720 585 is from Cambridge to London Liverpool Street. So there they go.
And Hertford East.
Right, arriving now is going to be the 1027 Greater Anglia service to Hertford East from London Liverpool Street. This one's taking us to Ponders End.
1027 Greater Anglia service to Hertford East.
720 548. So I'll update you when we reach Ponders End. Okay, there goes 720 548, and heading off to Hertford East from London Liverpool Street, forming the I think it's slightly delayed 1032 service. This is Ponders End station. We'll talk more about it in a minute, but this one is a purely one train every 30 minutes service. Hertford East trains only stop here. I think the passing trains also come through here, but Hertford East trains are the only callers, and it's every 30 minutes. This one isn't sort of based on, because some of them I just found out on Sundays, one half an hour they call it Northumberland Park, and the next one half an hour they call it Meridian Water. They don't call it both of them. They're really awkward by doing that. So yeah, fun. We also have Jay here, otherwise known as the old, you might remember him as Virgin Voyager as his old channel, but he doesn't like remembering that one.
No, it's great.
What's your channel now again?
It's just called Vaporeon now.
Vaporeon. He's done what was it, a few episodes where you did like, what was it, like odd services or something?
Strange services.
Strange services, that was it. Yeah, he does like voiceovers and stuff. So
still got Malcolm Shuttle to do.
Yeah, so yeah, if you do want to see that and have a voiceover from Jay, then go onto his Vaporeon channel. So yeah, right, I'll update you in a minute. Okay, coming in now is the 1037 Greater Anglia service from Hertford East to London Liverpool Street, 720 538. And update you when this one goes in a second. goes 725 free off to London Liverpool Street, calling now. That one is calling at Northumberland Park, then it's calling at Tottenham Hale, and then London Liverpool Street. So there it goes. There goes 72537 heading off to Cambridge, that one, from London Liverpool Street. So a couple of facts about Ponders End station. So this station is in the district of Ponders End, which is in Enfield, so that's where we are at the moment. It's 9 miles away from London Liverpool Street, so we're not too far out. It's also in Travel Card Zone 5 and is near to the Lee Valley Leisure Complex, which is the only significant thing about this station and what's nearby to it. Hooray! Not really. Right, it was opened in 1840 on the Stratford-Broxbourne line. And yeah, it was electrified in 1969, so was the whole line. And they were actually, back then, they normally operate by class 125 units. Interesting. So they're obviously, that's what they were operated by. They had actually been purpose built for the line as well, so interestingly. So that's Ponders End done. The next station is Brimsdown. Update you when we get there, or when the train arrives. Okay, arriving in now is going to be the 1100 Greater Anglia service to Hertford East, 72577. I'm going to take this one stop to Brimsdown and update you when we get there. Right, we've now made it to the next stop on the line, which is Brimsdown. With 72577. I think also the London Liverpool Street one is coming in. Yes, it is indeed. 720 515. And there goes 72515 heading off to London Liverpool Street. So the station is Brimsdown, and I'll talk more about it in a minute. Right, so this station, Brimsdown, got a few interesting facts to it. We're 10 miles away from London Liverpool Street now, and again we're still in the London Borough of Enfield, so that's where we are still. First of all, this station apparently was used in a film from the 1950s called The Man in a White Suit, and it was used right at the end when a character called Sidney Stratton bought a ticket. There you go. And it was done, it was set here at Brimsdown. The station also was bombed in 1944. The signal box was destroyed, so that was during the Second World War. But more recently as well, the Oyster card was brought in here in 2010. So the whole, probably everything up to Enfield Lock was. And there was actually also talk a while ago about Crossrail 2, and for it to serve here and go towards Broxbourne. But yeah, that's not happened, has it? Yeah, so that is basically the station, Brimsdown. Not too much to talk about. The next station for us is Enfield. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's Enfield Lock. We'll update you soon. Alright, it's time for another quick episode of Murky Subway. Haven't done this one for a while. Look at Brimstown's. Absolute state of it. It stinks as well. If you were here, you'd say that. It stinks of like...
You would be very depressed.
Yeah, you would be. But yeah, there you go. Quick little overview of the horrible subway that Brimstown has. Right, onwards. So, change of plan. So we're now going to go on the bus, because we kind of want a longer bus journey, so we're actually going to go to Waltham Cross next. And then we're going to double back and go to Enfield Lock. So we'll update you soon. Right, so now on board an E200. Heading off to Waltham Cross, 20 minutes on this. This is a Metro Line 1. On the 491. I'll update you when we get to Waltham Cross. Fun times. Not with an E200. Alright, time to... We've got a bus station here, Waltham Cross bus station. Full of London stuff, so you've got an E200 which we just got off of, that one there. You've got about two of them here. There's also 66A, a 317. The 66A is actually, oddly enough, not even operated by London. That's operated by Central Connect, and as you can see, it's an ex-London, and they haven't even been able to wipe out the Arriva logo properly. There's a E400, 279, and a 217 as well. So you've got quite a lot of buses that run around here in different areas. So yeah. So we're going to head to Waltham Cross station. So there's a quick look at Waltham Cross's bus station. Really, actually quite nice. I like it. And yeah, but we'll update you soon. So now made it to Waltham Cross. Here's the station. Talk more about it in a minute. But it's only about 5 minutes away from the bus station, so it's pretty central. This station again, half-hourly London Liverpool Street to Hertford East services. So yes. But here's the station at first glance, and we'll talk about it in a minute. So, this station, Waltham Cross, serves the suburban town of Waltham Cross in Hertfordshire, but also the neighbouring Waltham Abbey, which is in Essex. So it's sort of across two counties, really, if you like. Interestingly enough, the one big fact about the station is that it was quite a busy station during the Olympics in 2012, because it provided main access to the White Water Centre at Lee Valley, which is not too far away from here. So yeah, that's what it did have. So yeah, that's one interesting little fact about Waltham Cross for you. The station is also, oddly enough, in a travel card zone 7. So that's like a travel card extension almost. So yeah, I found that quite interesting, really, because you've got zone 8 as well, which places like Watford are in. So yeah, I'm going to cross over now and go get the 1201 London Liverpool Street service and make our way to Enfield Lock. We'll update you soon. There's 745104 heading to Stansted Airport as well. Arriving in as the 1201 service from Hertford East to London Liverpool Street. This one is 720-577. We're going to take this one to Enfield Lock, one stop along. So there goes 720-577 heading off to London Liverpool Street, and here we are at Enfield Lock. I haven't got too long, got a few minutes, so we'll talk about the station in a moment. Just going to cross over, but yeah. Right, as our train arrives, the 1206 service to Ware, which we're going to. This is going to Hertford East.
Yep.
We're going to, I'll talk about the station probably at Ware, but here is the train now. It is 720-515 Fun fact for you about the station: main station for the Royal Small Arms Factory. Interesting name. Right, I head on board. We'll see you at Ware. Right, we've now made it into Ware station on the Hertford East branch, as we now explore the 4 stations on this branch. First up being the station that is Ware, and we are now also in Hertfordshire again, like yesterday's, even though you won't see it yesterday, ECML South 2 video, we went into Hertfordshire. .72515 there, heading off to Hertford East only. So, we'll talk more about the station. It's a very long platform here at Ware, so we'll talk more about this one in a minute. Right, so here the station is Ware in Hertfordshire. First fact that's immediate is that this is one of the only single track sections, or the only single track section on this entire branch line. This platform is a single bi-directional platform on what is otherwise a double track. So that's quite, because basically when it leaves Hertford, Ware to go to Hertford East, it goes back onto 2 tracks almost immediately. So that's the most immediate fact. The station building dates back to the opening of the line, which was in 1843, so that's when the line opened. So yeah, so that is Ware station. Oyster cards are accepted here as well. This branch line is an Oyster card branch line. So yes, and we're 22 miles outside of Liverpool Street, so there you go. The next station we're going to, I'm going to keep this brief, but the next station we're going to is Hertford East, and we'll talk more about that one when we go there, because Ware station, really, there's no other trains coming in for the next while, and we're going to get a bus to Hertford East. Right, so now here in Hertford, and off goes this very noisy 07 plate Optus Solo, heading off to, well, doing a circular route to Self Farm in Hertford. So yeah, we're now going to head to Hertford East station and update you when we get there. Right, so this station is Hertford East, and here is the very quite nice looking station building, and this is the terminus of the branch that comes off from Broxbourne. So there is another station in Hertford, which is Hertford North. That's on the Hertford Loop line, which is served by 717s. So that is not this one. This station, like I say, it's one train every 30 minutes in between Hertford East and London Liverpool Street. This is the way in. Obviously we're not going to go film the way in, but we'll let you know when we're on the platform. So here is Hertford East. We've got 72586, which actually isn't doing anything. This one is stabled here, and I think it's just to be sat here all day. So just pulling into Hertford East now is going to be our train, which is going to perform the 1339 Greater Anglia service from here to London Liverpool Street. We're going to take it to St Margaret's station. Yeah, so the branding on it is known as the Lee Valley line, but spelt L-E-E, because there's also a LEA, Lee Valley line, as well, which is basically the London Overground lines, sort of more towards London. So I believe that's, you know, things like Chingford and Enfield, places like that. Walthamstow, well, that's to Chingford anyway. But those sorts of routes, they're known as the Lee Valley line as well. I think also to Cheshunt might be a more prominent one, but yeah, I think it is those three. They're just sort of all under the same umbrella. But then you've got LEE Valley line, because the station runs along that Lee Valley. We've got 72577. And as you can see, the sun's coming out now, which is really nice. It wasn't like this yesterday when I did ECML South 2. It was very wet, so having the sun out this time is nice. Very nicely parked up together as well. So that is Hertford East station done. The next station is St Margaret's. Right, so we've now reached St Margaret's station. That's 7:25:77 departs out. This station is double tracked, just like the other one, Rye House and Hertford East. So yes, so we've gone further more towards Broxbourne now, as Rye House is nearest station, so we're on the second nearest now. We'll talk more about the station in a minute, but this is St Margaret's. Okay, coming in now. I've just sat down on the bench. Nice tone from the driver there. But in comes 7:20:538. Heading off to Hertford East, and we'll see it go out in a second. And there it goes, heading to Hertford East. You can tell this station is really, really nice. Like, the sun's out, scenery around it is fairly decent as well. Nice little station. Right, so this is St Margaret's station. This is located in the villages of Stansted St Margaret's and Stansted Abbots in Hertfordshire. Situated between Rye House and Ware. It is, how many miles? 20 miles out of London, Liverpool Street, so a bit of a distance. There was also a junction for the Buntingford branch line, which closed a long time ago. That one, yeah, so it was a junction for it. And a small station like this, I didn't think there would be a junction for anything, but it closed in the 1960s, sort of mid 1960s, so it was yeah, so now it's just one line. Yeah, that is the station basically. There's not much to it, otherwise known, it's just called St Margaret's, named after the village that it's in, Stansted St Margaret's. But station is very well kept for what it is, definitely. But yeah, that's the station. Next station, and the last one on the Hertford East branch we need, is Rye House, so I'll update you soon. Alright, arriving in now is 7:20:538 again. And off we go on this one. We're going to take this to Rye House, the next stop along. Right, the partner now is going to be 7:20:538, heading off to London Liverpool Street. And we're now here at Rye House station. This is the last station on the Hertford East branch that we needed. It was Rye House. So here it is. It's probably the least facilitated out of all of them. Let's be honest, doesn't even have a building, this one. So yeah, but I'll talk more about it in a minute. So there's not much to say about this station, but it serves the district of Hoddesdon in Hertfordshire. And the station's nearby stuff, all you've really got. So there is a nature preserve, the RSPB Rye Meads is near here, just a few minutes away, and also you've got a kart racing place which is also nearby. But yeah, there's not much really to say about the station. The station doesn't necessarily have much of a history, which is sad to say. It just opened and here it is, basically. But yeah, it says Hoddesdon. The station, interestingly, probably the most notable thing is it's one of those stations that doesn't have a bus stop or anything at all near it. So to get a bus from here, which we need to walk about 15 minutes. So it's a bit of a sort of isolated away. So, you know, but it is the least facilitated. I would say factually it is the least facilitated station on the line, considering Ware had a cafe and St Margaret's had a station building. So, and Hertford East obviously has everything. So yeah. So the next station we're going to is going to be Stansted Mountfitchet, and it's going to be the final station we visit on this episode today. But to get there, we obviously need to get back to Broxbourne. So to do that, we're going to get a bus. So we'll add that in a minute and go from there. But yeah, Rye House done, guys. And that is the Hertford East branch done. Once Stansted Mountfitchet is done, that is the entire Cambridge to Tottenham Hale section complete. So, and also this branch. Well, this branch is done now. So, another fact about this this station, we're away from the station now, but a fact about it is Rye House is actually named after the pub, or like a little, yeah, it is a pub / restaurant that's just outside the station called Rye House. Now, I think that the pub, I think it was purpose built for the pub. That's what I think. But I don't know, because it depends if the pub was opened sort of around the same time as the station, or if the station opened afterwards. Who knows? I don't know that history. What I do know is that there is a place called Rye House pub right outside the station, away from where we're walking though. So yeah, there we go. That is now that fact as well. A little bit of history maybe. Right, so we're now here in Broxbourne. I believe, yep, our bus, the Enviro 200, is heading out. Centre bus, fleet number 585, a 15 plate E200. So yeah, we'll see you when we get to Broxbourne. Cleared Broxbourne already, so we are just changing there. So just an update on that. Right, arriving in now is going to be the 1516 Greater Anglia service to London Liverpool Street from Cambridge. This one is 7:20:579. So goes the 1516 service to London Liverpool Street, calling it Cheshunt, Tottenham Hale and London Liverpool Street. So yeah, our train should be here soon. We're off to Stansted Mountfitchet on a Cambridge bound service. Okay, arriving now is 7:20:584. And 7:20:582. And they're heading off to Cambridge, and we're taking this to Stansted Mountfitchet. Update you when we get there. Right, we're now here at Stansted Mountfitchet. I believe the train's heading out in a minute, but yeah, here we are. So 7:20:584 and 582 heading out. We also have a flirt here about to depart, heading for London Liverpool Street from Stansted Airport. And this one should be going now, actually. Yeah, it is. That is 745002 heading off there. So yeah, this is Stansted Mountfitchet, and we'll update you in a minute. So yeah, this is Stansted Mountfitchet, serving the village with the same name. The station, it opened in 1845 and was simply known as Stansted because it does actually serve the village that Stansted Airport is closest to. So basically that is the village of Stansted. It's also got a flip clock over there. You can just about see it, which is quite cool because not a lot of stations actually have that. So that's really good. And also the station appeared in an episode of a TV drama called Lovejoy. Don't know how, don't know, never heard of it, but there you go, fun fact for you. And the station building is actually original from 1845, so really, really good. Quite interesting facts there, but that flip clock is definitely pretty cool. Just like that, makes a little noise every time the minute changes as well. So that's pretty cool. Right, we're going to make our way over to Bishop Stortford now because we need to rush off, but that is Stansted Mountfitchet. So, just got a 4076 there, an E200 MMC on 510 to Harlow from Stansted Airport. So here we are at Bishop Stortford. We cleared the station already, and obviously in the most annoying circumstances ever, where we got stuck here because a tree fell on the line. But there we go, nice memories of coming back. I remember me and Cam were here and we got entertained by, what was it? Yeah, we got entertained by the rail replacement. Jay won't believe this. So they had a massive crowd of people waiting outside here because the disruption lasted for about 2 hours. So they said obviously rail replacement was extremely limited, right? And then they said, so guess what turned up?
What turned up?
A tiny 8.9 metre MMC, E200 MMC. And if anyone who knows buses knows, imagine a massive crowd of people waiting out here and a tiny 8.9 metre E200 MMC turning up. I think it was a Central Connect one, I think, as well. So it was one of theirs. Right, we'll update you when we're on the platform. Right, so as we're walking through Bishop Stortford, I'm going to finish the video here from West Anglia 2. If you have liked it, thanks. So, thank you for watching. If you have liked what you've seen it, do like and subscribe, and do leave any comments because I will get back to them as and when I can, and any recommendations are welcomed. So please do leave those in the comments as well. So we're going to rush to get up here. Yeah, it's been a really, really good day here. I'll try. But yeah. So but I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, guys. And I'll see you in the next episode of Every Platform when I'll be in Lancashire. So yeah, take care, guys. And thanks for watching. Goodbye.